Hey guys, it's your girl, Hannah Brand. Before we get started, I'd like to invoke fair use. Yes, this episode may contain things that I don't necessarily own, but I'm gonna use them anyway. Also, disclaimer, some of the things in here might trigger some people, so you might want to click off now if you want to see that stuff. Anyways, let's jump right into it. Today we're going to be looking at Captain Underpants and Attack of the Talking Toilets. I'm going to do my best to summarize this book novel to anyone not in the know. But since the entire series is kind of long, we're just going to do this in bits. This is the second epic novel by Dave Peakley. You ready? So, let's meet our cast, shall we? This is George and Harold. Now, before we get started, a little recap of what happened last time. This is George and Harold made Captain Underpants comic book. Except their mean old principal Mr. Crab didn't like their comic books. But then one time he pushed it a little too far, and so George got a hypno ring, hypnotized Mr. Crab, made him think he was Captain Underpants. But then they had to save the world because, well, Captain Underpants says so. Anyway, they poured water on Mr. Crab's head in order to turn him. Excuse me. I'm getting confused. Hold on. They had to pour water on Captain Underpants' head to turn him back into Mr. Crab. And so, for some strange reason, every time Mr. Crab hears somebody snack their fingers, he turns back into Captain Underpants. You got it? Good, because we're jumping right into it. You already know about George and Harold. Harold and Mr. Crab and your boy, Mr. Crab. But there's a third party involved, kind of. He doesn't really play a huge role, but this is Melvin Sneedley, everybody. And his invention, the Patsy 2000. George and Harold, if you're wondering why Melvin is inventing something, it's because of something referred to as the Invention Convention, where everyone gets to invent something. Last year's Invention Convention, George and Harold made everyone stick to their chairs, so that was fun for George and Harold. Anyways, so George and Harold went around the gym to ruin everyone else's inventions. Oh, no! And then when the invention convention came around, well, ink, eggs, pudding, butterscotch pudding. Everyone got covered in some kind of goop that day, and Melvin Sneedley tattled on George and Harold. Oh, betrayal! So George and Harold had to get into detention and write sentences and draw their latest Captain Underpants comic book. Now, we're gonna completely skip over Captain Underpants' comic book, just like last time. But unlike this time, I want you to pay attention to what the toilets say. Yum, yum, eat 'em up! It's hilarious. Anyways, George and Harold went to go copy their comic book on the Patsy 2000. Now, here's the thing about the Patsy 2000. It brings to life every picture it scans. That little mouse became a real mouse. Now, what do you think will happen when George and Harold scan the cover of their newest comic book, which is covered in these things? Let's think about this. Never mind. Too slow. It almost explodes and creates talking toilets who only say, yum, yum, eat 'em up. Yeah, and then George and Harold get caught in the hallways, and the teachers were gonna be, celebrating, because, they were gonna get a suspension for going out of detention, but then misdemeanor at the school the school gym teacher, whom you probably might have noticed earlier in this series, but we're not gonna go back. Heck, only forwards, because as the toilets are creeping closer and closer and closer, guess who happens to snap their fingers? It's Miss Ribble. Anyway, Mr. Crab becomes Captain Underpants. Becomes Captain Underpants, who goes around and steals everybody's underwear for seemingly no reason as a talking toilet is chasing them down the street. And then Miss Ribble gets eaten by a toilet. Captain Underpants then tries to use underwear against the toilets, but it doesn't work very well. So George Harold and Captain Underpants go into the cafeteria, get a pot full of cream cheese beef, and feed it to the talking toilets, which they proceed to hurl and die. Hold on a tick. Sorry, this is a really good series. Anyway, that was easy. Well, that was easy. Except, it doesn't get, that's not the end of it. Here comes the Turbo Toilet 2000, the final boss. And Captain Underpants, and while Turbo Toilet's over here is like, you meddling fools. Captain Underpants is like, with wedgie power, and a fight ensues. I'm gonna skip this bit, but I'm gonna skip most of this except for the most important part. Captain Underpants getting eaten. Yeah. Also, don't try one-handed flip-o-rama. It's not that fun. Anyways, George and Harold get back into the school, draw a brand new hero, a giant plunger wielding robot. Use the Patsy 2000. There's the robot. And skipping the flip-o-rama again. Let's just say he utterly kicks the Turbo Toilet 2000's butt. And there's Mr. Crab. Again, ignore the coloring, that was me. And so the robot fixed up the school. Mr. Crab put on some clothes. All the teachers came out okay. And George and Harold got to be principals for the day. Let's tour the day but Mr. Crab still turns into Captain Underpants at the end. Oh no! Here we go again. The end. But subscribe if you want to see more. Like this video if you like it. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, my peeps.